Now we have got a classic dish in store for you today, one that you've probably enjoyed at school lunches, at the family dinner table, and for me, at deer camp. Named after this guy. A fancy Russian guy with French chefs that honed the original recipe using flavors from the motherland back in the 1880s. Now there have literally been 1,000 different variations of this recipe, with newer versions barely resembling the original beef a la stroganoff with mustard. So allow me to cook this dish up for you with a wild game twist. You guessed it, we're making venison stroganoff. Let's cook. The ingredients list is in the description, but for video's sake, to start, you're going to need approximately 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, olive oil, 3/4 cup of sour cream, 1.5 cups beef stock, 1 tablespoon Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of... Oh God, not this again. You can do this, Jesse. Worcestershire, son of a bitch. 16 ounces of mushrooms, 1 medium yellow onion, a bag of egg noodles, the thicker the better, 1/3 cup of white wine, 3/4 tablespoon of minced or chopped garlic, and 1.5 pounds of venison steak. The shrooms I used are Baby Bella's, but feel free to use a fungi of your own choice. Start by washing and slicing them thick so they don't fall apart when cooking. Then slice up the onion. My preference is a medium thickness. Now on to the meat. Today we are going to use parts of a venison bottom and top round. Start by cleaning any fat, sinew, and silver skin until you are left with a solid hunk of lean meat. Cut against the grain, roughly 1/4 inch thick. Now the grain direction can change throughout these cuts, so every piece isn't going to be perfect. Just do your best, and as always, don't chop off a fingy. Heat up approximately 2 tablespoons of olive oil over high heat, almost to the point of smoking. The meat should sizzle on contact. Quickly sear each side, but avoid cooking the meat all the way through. And as always, cook in batches so you don't let the temp of the pan drop too much. The meat should always be sizzling. Repeat the process with the second batch. And place the meat off to the side for later. Now lower the temp to medium and let's pull that flavor off the bottom of the pan by adding 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, followed by your onion. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes until they start to sweat, turning a golden color from the bits left behind. Then add your mushrooms. Now it's important to take your time with this process. We are caramelizing these things, not frying them. Let them go slow and your taste buds will thank you. Once caramelized, season with salt and pepper and add 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Stir to coat, then throw in your garlic. Stir and cook for about 1 minute. Now it's time to deglaze. With a temp at medium, add 1/3 cup of white wine, Even brandy works great for this process. Cook and stir occasionally for about 2 minutes to deglaze. Then add 1½ cups of beef stock, 3/4 of a tablespoon of that sauce I can't pronounce, and stir in. Bring to a simmer and then add 2 tablespoons of flour until the sauce begins to thicken. Add salt and pepper to taste, and simmer for about 5 minutes to marry all the flavors together. Let the sauce cool a bit before adding 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. If it's too hot, the sour cream will split and curdle like a 39-year-old YouTuber's ass. Once incorporated, check again for seasoning and fold in your meat. The consistency of the dish is up to you. Add stock to lighten it up, or more sour cream to thicken it. Now plate it up on a bed of egg noodles, some freshly chopped green onion, smoked paprika, and of course some fresh cracked pepper. If you're looking for something a little bit different to do with your venison, try taking a steak off the hind quarter, turn it into something like this. We've got tons of videos on our channel where we take recipes that you traditionally use with beef, but use wild game instead. So until next time, enjoy. Hope you like it.